Hi, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to create this questionnaire in Word. So I'm going to open a new document and I have just a default document up here, and I'm going to go straight up to Insert. I'm going to go to the table icon, click on the drop down, go down to Insert Table, and then I'm going to have 6 columns and 30 rows. And press OK. Now at the moment it doesn't look very good, but we're going to adjust that all to fit our needs. So all I'm going to do, you can see my cursor is the very top of the table here. I'm just going to hit the return key, and that allows me to then just move the table down slightly, allowing space at the top here for a title. Then I'm just going to select my table and I'm going to go up to Layout and down to this height option here. This is your row height. So I'm going to increase the height of our rows because otherwise the writing is going to be quite small. So I'm going to go along here and I'm going to put in the value 0.8 and press enter. Now you can see we've created an additional page here because the width of, or the height of your rows is too high for one page. So all I'm going to do is go down to the ruler at the side here. Now if you can't see rulers, go up to View, and then go along to rulers and make sure that's checked. Go down to the ruler here, hover between the white and grey section, just click, a line will appear and just drag it down. And that's reducing your margins at the bottom, but allowing you to get all of that table on one page. Now because the second page hasn't gone, I'm just going to do that to the top margin until that page has disappeared. There we go. And then we've got all that table on one page. Now the vast majority of information in this table will be in the centre of our cells. So if I click on the table, at the moment the greyed out areas are towards the top of each cell and over towards the right. So what we want to do is just change the alignment of any text that goes in these cells. We want it in the centre. For the questions we want it over to the centre left, but let's just centre everything for the time being. So select the table, you can hit this square icon up here, or you can just simply click and drag across the whole of your table. Then go up to Layout and across to this section here. These little icons here show you exactly where you can place your text or graphics within each cell. So I'm just going to select the centre one for now, and then if I need to make any adjustments I'll come back to this section and adjust it later. So the first thing we want to do, if we look at our original, you can see that we can't see all of our borders and lines. There's only a few here that we've kept. So if we go back, we can actually get rid of most of our border lines, but still be able to see them with a grid line pattern. So I'm going to select the table again, but this time I'm going to go up to Table Design. And then over in this section here is where we deal with all the lines and borders within your table. So I'm going to go to this icon here, which is Borders, click on the drop down, and you can see all border lines are selected, which means we've got every border visible. But I'm going to select No Border, and you can see all the borders are taken away. But because if we click here, go down and select View Grid Lines, we can still see a dotted grey line around the outside of every cell. That just allows us to see our table, but there's no actual border lines there. If I uncheck that box, you can see the border lines completely disappear. But we do need to be able to see our table to make the relevant adjustments. So if we go back to the original, we can see that we need to make these boxes here and we need to include this text at the top. So let's go up to the first section of our table. And we need to just move all of these. So I'm going to hover my cursor over the line, and when it changes, just click and drag. Then we're just going to enter the text. So because we would like all of these square boxes here, or these rectangles, to be equal, we can select them all, go up to the Layout tab, go to Distribute Columns, and that will ensure everything is distributed equally. Now you can see that the words are too big for this little cell here. There's two ways you can solve it. You can either make these boxes a little bit bigger. So again, you can just grab the line and move it out. And then again, select it all, go to distribute columns. Again, we've done the same here. So if we're happy with the width of these columns, we don't want to make it any bigger, we can reduce the size of this text. So select all the text, go to insert, and just select this decrease font size icon. And as you can see, they now all fit. I'm just going to move this line over here so that we can number our questions. And firstly, we can put a number 1 in here. And then what I'm going to do is customize all of these cells by saying any number or any text in these cells. It's obviously already in the center, but I want it to be bold. So I'm going to select bold, and also I'm just going to go up to 14. So all the numbers here will be bold and font size 14. So if you just put another one in, you can see it does exactly what we want. So to get the squares into these sections here, we're going to go up to the Developer tab. Now, if you can't see the Developer tab, go to Word, Preferences, Ribbon and Toolbars, go down to the bottom of this Mains tab box here, and make sure that Developer is checked. And then press Save. Go up to the Developer tab. Let's just go along and put my cursor in this cell here. And then go to this checkbox here. Now, all of this stuff is related to a digital fillable form. So if I put this in here, you can see it gives me a funny grey box. Now, the first of all is you don't have to have this shading. So if I don't want the shading, select it. Still in the Developer tab, go to Shading and click, and it will take away that shading. But also it means that you can check this digitally. Now, at the moment I can't do anything because I haven't protected my form. If I go up to the Protect Form icon, everything in my document now is protected and I can't adjust it. But what I can do is click inside the checkbox and it will check that box. I can click it again and it will uncheck it. I try to type something here, it won't do it. So the Protect Form icon needs to be checked right at the very end of your document once you finish editing it all, if you want to send it to somebody in a PDF form and they can fill this form out, or in Word format, doesn't matter. So let's just go back and grab some text. Now I'm just going to copy and paste all of this text in, but you can just type all the questions that you need. And again, this text has been put into the center of my cells, and I want it over to the left. So I've selected it all, go to Table Layout, and then over to this icon here that's aligned to center left. And there you can see I've got them all lined up. Just going to enter my numbers in. Oh, and once I've got my first box in here, all I need to do is copy and paste these boxes. Now, copy and pasting is easy if you just press the Command or Control and C button. Select the location where you want the next box, hit Command or Control V, and it will paste it beautifully. Alternatively, select it, go to the Home tab, press the Copy button, select the area where you want it to be copied to, and click Paste. I've always found the copy and paste method much better because all I need to do now, having already copied it, all I have to do is press Command or Control V, and it will paste all of those in for me. And because we're using tables, they're all now perfectly lined up. So if we select our table, go up to Table Design, go to Borders, click on the drop down and select No Borders. Go down to View Grid Lines, and then you can see how your questionnaire is developing. So let's put those grid lines back. And now, once I've finished a section like this, I can then merge this cell. So I'm going to select all of these cells here and merge it. And that leaves me a nice gap between this section of questions and my next question. So select all of the cells in that row, go up to Layout, and go along to Merge Cells. And then we start again with 4. Then we put our question in. Now you can see what we've done here is we've got our yes or no answers at the end and the boxes as well. So let's go back. Let's paste in that question. Again, it's in the center. So I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to select all of these boxes, these cells here, go up to the Layout tab and hit this Align to Center Left. Now we need a yes and no answer here. So I'm going to select this cell and type in yes. Select this cell and type in no. I'm going to grab one of these boxes by selecting it, by just clicking and dragging over the top of it, copying it, Command or Control C, paste, Command or Control V. Now I can also merge this cell so that this text is in the middle of this yes or no answer. So if I select them both, go to Layout and select Merge Cells. We'll do that also with the number. Again, Layout, Merge Cells. Then we have the same effect as our original, where you can see that text is in the center of the yes or no answer. Once again, we'll leave a space by selecting the next row, going to Layout and selecting Merge Cells. We're going to put in number 5. I'm going to copy and paste this text. Again, this will all be your own text, your own words, your own questions. And then to create this section here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those cells. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, but we just need to distribute them properly. So I'm going to select the 2 cells, and because I've only selected these 2, if I move this line, it's only going to move the line between those 2 cells because I have selected them. So I'm just going to roughly place these lines equally across this section here. But to ensure they're perfectly equal, I need to keep selecting them, go up to Layout and back down to Distribute Columns. And now every column is exactly the same size. Then just go back. I'm going to steal the text again, Command or Control C to copy, and then Command or Control V to paste. This one has gone over to the left, so we'll select it, go to Layout, go to the center text icon, and then we need to put the boxes underneath here. So again, I'm going to steal a box, copy it, and then just paste it in, Command or Control V every time I hit those cells. And again, this one's gone over to the left, so select it, go to Layout and select Center Text. Again, once we finish that section, we can then select this row, go up to Layout and select Merge Cells. Next, we have a different type of question. So we'll have a question first and 3 subsequent answers. So let's go back and create that. So number 6, sorry, this one, steal some text and just paste it in there. And as you can see, we've got ABC, then a response, and then the boxes. So the ABC is slightly indented. So let's go back. So because we've got 3 questions, we're going to select these 3 rows here, move this over, so we've got room for the ABC, and then we've got room for the questions here, and then the boxes over towards the right. So again, we're going to go and steal some text. And then because this text doesn't fit, I'm just going to select this row here, go to Layout, Merge Cells. Then again, I'm going to merge the cells for these. Again, I want them over to the left, so select it. And this one, select them all, go to Layout, and then just select this Align to Center Left. And then all we need to do is just to place the boxes in on the right hand side. So again, we're going to select a box, press Command or Control C to copy, Command or Control V to paste, and there you have those 3 boxes. And again, line below, Just go up to layout, select merge cells. Perfect. Back to the other document. And then we're going to produce this area here. So again, lined up with the ABCs, the same column, put the boxes in, and then these figures here. So I'm just going to grab this question and copy it so I can quickly place it in. Go to number 7, go to the cell with the question, Command or Control V, and then for 5 rows, let's select those. We need to adjust these lines again. So we're going to bring this one over, pretty much level with this one at the top here, just to try and equal things out. And then we're going to place the boxes in this small column. So let's go and select the box, Command or Control C, pop the cursor into the cell, Command or Control V, just keep going down for 5. And to ensure they're in the centre again, just select them, go up to layout and select center. Let's go and grab some more text. Just going to paste that in. Of course, that's now in the centre. We want it over to the left. Select it all and then make sure you're on layout and then press center left. Then again, straight down to merge those cells. Again on layout tab, merge cells. And then I believe it's just a few questions. 3 questions. Let's just take that top one, take the next one. Perfect. Then we're just going to put the yes or no, personal and business text in, and then the boxes. Perfect. So let's just get some boxes in. Select one. Go to the area you want it, so the cell you want, and just press Command or Control V. There you have the main body of your questionnaire. Let's just take the grid lines off, select it all, go to Table Design, along to Borders, and select View Grid Lines. So it's looking good. We just need to do the numbers here, and then we need to give it a title. 8. Let's just switch the grid lines back on, select the table, make sure on Table Design, go to Borders and select View Grid Lines. So we can see the number 10 is a little bit squashed, so what we're going to do is to move this one over slightly. Perfect. So now we've got the main body of our questionnaire. You've learned how to input the boxes. We'll just go up and put a title in, and then I'll show you how to export it. So let's go to Insert, Text Box, click on the drop down and select Draw Text Box, click and drag. Now by default, all text boxes will come into your software, will be imported into your software with a black background, a black border and a white background. So let's get rid of those, select it, go to Shape Format, select Shape Outline, click No Fill, Shape Fill, click the drop down, No Fill. Then just type your text, go into Select It All, go to the Home tab, press the Center Text icon. Then we're going to increase the size of that text. We can choose a slightly different font for it. And then we're just going to make that text a bit bigger. Double click inside your text box and press Command or Control A to select everything in the text box. Or you can just simply click and drag over the text you want. Then again on the Home tab, select the Increase Font Size tool. So you're happy. If your words start to disappear, just stretch out the text boxes a little bit more. There you go. And to ensure this is perfectly centered, make sure you're on Shape Format. Go over to Alignment, click on the drop down and select Align to Center. Perfect. So let's just see what it's like without the grid lines. So select the table, go to Borders and uncheck View Grid Lines. So there is a questionnaire. We're giving you a variety of different ways about how you can lay it out, and also now you can protect it. So at the moment I can't click in any of these boxes. If I go to my Developer tab and select Protect Form, I can now go along and check any of these items or answers. So to save it out, you can go to the File tab, select Save as Template if you want to keep this as a template on your software, and you can just change the questions as and when you see fit. So you can go to Save as Template. A menu will appear. Make sure you're on Microsoft Word template doc and make sure you're in the templates files, and this will ensure that your template gets filtered back into your documentation for further use. Okay, the other option, if you go to File, Save As, again another dialog box will appear. If you want to save it as a PDF, click on the drop down, scroll down until it says PDF. If not, you can just use the Word document, click Save. Okay, so I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please subscribe and have a great day.